Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for supporting me on Rumble. So, guys, as you would have seen, Disney Plus and the BBC have put some teasers on YouTube. They've also revealed some shorts for children in need for the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials. I put up a comment thinking nothing of it at the time. I love that the fact there's possibly a disabled character in it. Um, there was a majority of positive comments, but I just wanted to point out a couple where it's like, mm, it is questionable the worldview that this person has, and I won't mention names because I'll give this person a chance to understand where they're coming from as well. So someone said, I think that the TARDIS has a ramp now, so that's great. Possibly, I'd say definitely there is. Ruth Madeline is in it, so yes, there is. Me being Australian, I don't know except the really big names who come out to Australia quite frequently or who have broken the US market. I actually don't know who that is. And then people were saying, and this is where it gets a bit negative, well, an ADA compliant alien time machine, space machine, sorry, aka TARDIS, only in inclusion world. No one is upset about anyone disabled triggered much, just sick of the damn pandering for social credit cause and social justice bonus points. Someone's basically said then, and I'm reading straight off the comments section, guys, how is a disabled person being in the show pandering? She's the first disabled character in the entire series. Why is this even a problem? Shouldn't should disabled people not be allowed to act? Chances are she was the best actress for the role, and that's why she was hired. But by your logic, any minority group being in a show that is pandering for social credit points by so vendoring for social credit points, which by the way isn't a thing. The UK literally does not have social credit scores, so it's not BS. As for DEI, if diversity, equality, and inclusion bothers you, then you're the problem, not the people casting a disabled woman in a TV show. And some of them are saying about David Tennant being the 14th Doctor, because I know that there has been a lot of misdirection when Natui Gatwa was announced as the Doctor. They actually didn't name what number he would be as well. It's now come out he had other commitments filming the Barbie movie, and so David Tennant was offered the chance to reprise the role. And it's not the 10th Doctor coming back, it's the 14th Doctor. Um, David Tennant, obviously, time in reality isn't as wibbly wobbly as we think. Um, Guys, this is also a really interesting concept for people to go where Doctor Who, through its own way, has always encountered social issues and talked about social issues. In classic Who, they've talked overtly about slavery, they've talked about history. Do we forget that the Daleks are a metaphor for fascism and the rise of Hitler in 1940s Germany? Guys, just have a think about that. We have seen companions with who are females who have got more brains and common sense than the Doctor at times. We've seen them tackle essentially in a sci-fi show brain injuries with having to wipe Donna Noble's brain, but then giving her more credit that she knew with Meet the Beep to poke the nose. So, guys, Doctor Who has always been at the forefront of social justice. They've all often done a lot of fundraising for children in need, Red Nose Day, and the BBC has been ahead of its times with shows like There She Goes, with Recovery, so Recovery the movie. And also, guys, we forget that the BBC does have government funding, so you will find disabled actors, disabled characters, and pre care schemes and pre social media, it might not have been safe for these actors, producers, or other people in the arts to disclose that they have a disability. But now that disability is being normalised, which is a great thing due to worldwide advocates like Stella Young, like Jessica Kilgrad-Flotard, Molly Burke, Lucy Edwards, and even Footless Joe, who are located in various locations around the world. We're seeing that the UK and Australia are very socially progressive in having government funded care schemes for people with a disability. There is a debate about the cost of these, and I understand why, but if you allow people with the emotional and physical capacity to work, whether that be from home or part time or flexibly or even a hybrid, you often end up saving money because they are a contributing taxpayer. And oftentimes, on a set that is an independent enterprise, it actually makes financial sense to employ an able-bodied actor, but to also work with an intimacy coordinator, a sensitivity reader, and then a person with lived experience from that world. So this is where the arts has always been a very inclusive world for people with disabilities, whether that be visual, whether that be stage, or whether that be art and craft or painting as well. So, guys, I just wanted to do this one for Rumble because we need to get the conversation started because too many people are entrenched in thinking that it's not a place for disabled characters on screen because it is too confrontational. But we need to remember that the BBC is partly government funded and subscription. So the BBC stands for the British Broadcasting Service, and it's actually always been ahead of the game in inclusion. So we've seen people like Stephen Fry, Sandy Toxic being safe in their identity as well. We've seen shows like There She Goes, movies that are straight to TV like Recovery, that discuss real world disability issues. And guys, if it offends you, you don't have to watch the content. It's as simple as that. There's so much on YouTube, on Rumble, on Reddit, on free to air streaming, on free to air as well, paid streaming services. You can choose what you want to watch. And guys, I'm going to be trying to update Rumble a bit more often as well. And so guys, I will see you guys in the next video as well. And guys, just have a think about that one. If you're complaining about disabled characters being on our screen, yeah, you might want to do some further education and training. And those people that I've talked about do have active YouTube channels. And even for those who are where we're seeing gender identity represented on screen, people like Abigail Thorne, Blair White, Natalie Wynn are the voice of common sense when it comes to that area. I'm trying to educate myself on that. I don't have enough education to comment on that. So those are some really great advocates that I know are working with the BBC and other arts projects as well. So guys, as we move towards a more modern and inclusive society, let's continue the conversation about where disability representation needs to go. So, guys, it is a sobering thought to end on, but I think it's a good one to end on. is that anyone from any population can become disabled at any time, and it may not even be your fault. So, guys, just have a think about that one. It's the only minority that anyone can join at any point of their lifetime. So, you can go from being a perfectly functioning, even high flying adult to needing full time around the clock care in an instant. It could be a virus, illness, or accident as well. And so, guys, if you're complaining about seeing a person in a wheelchair or a person using sign language on screen in an adult TV show but love Bluey at the same time, I would question where you're coming from. So, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.